Hey, it's Jag, and today I've got an unboxing. So by now everybody has heard all the hype and hoopla over the new ToneX pedal. I've been a big fan of IK Multimedia for about 10 or 12 years, but I've only ever used it for practicing and just working out ideas on my computer or when I'm traveling. A while back, when they started coming out with their X series pedals, their delay and their overdrive and whatnot, I started getting really excited about maybe getting those pedals to use in my my rehearsal and live rig. I don't play live that much anymore. Most of the things I do are in the studio, but we do writing sessions, and we play together a lot. One Soul Thrust, my band, and we do occasional gigs. And I've really gotten into the whole impulse response world and pedal platform world over the last few years, and have been really happy with the results I've been getting. I had kind of been getting tired, though, of hauling my pedal board out and then taking a great big amp and running it through an IR loader and loading that into, and putting that into a loop on my HX effects, which is my main effects unit for live or rehearsal playing. It was a lot, and I've really been looking for options just to have everything on a pedal board. I have been using my 2Notes Cab M. I've been going into my HX effects and then running actually an older Zoom G3N in one of the loops in the HX effects, and then going out of that whole thing into my Cab M Plus for the IR loader. And that has worked really well. But the tones aren't quite as good as I feel they could be. I've been looking at things like preamps. There's no shortage of really good preamps out there, and I thought, well, maybe I'll get a preamp, put that in the loop of my HX effects, and that will be my rehearsal and maybe even live rig. So the ToneX pedal, though, came along at the greatest time. I've stayed away from Kemper and the Quad Cortex for several reasons. Number one is the cost. Number two is I've never thought that the Kemper did the sounds quite the way I would like them. Neural is a lot better, the Quad Cortex, but again, cost. And both of those units are really overkill for what I want. I really like using my HX effects. I have lots of stomp pedals, and I use them when I'm recording in the studio, but I want to keep my pedal board kind of simple. And definitely a Neural, a Quad Cortex or a Kemper would fit that bill. But like I say, there's just a lot more in them than I need, and not so easy, at least in my opinion, to navigate when you're in a rehearsal or a writing situation or even a live situation. When I'm in those situations, I don't do a lot of pedal tweaking, but I do a fair bit of amp tweaking. So that's why I was thinking about getting a preamp. I looked at the Iridium, I looked at Revolt, I looked at quite a few things, but the ToneX pedal just came out at exactly the right time. I knew about the ToneX software. I wasn't really aware they were coming out with a pedal. And as soon as that came out, it, of course, blew up YouTube, like all of you would know. And I took a good look at it, watched a lot of videos, especially the ones where they were comparing them to Kemper and Neural. And I just couldn't believe the side-by-side comparisons. The ToneX sounded so much better for what, a half or a third of the cost. So then I downloaded the ToneX CS software, the free version of their software, and played around with that. And just the feel, the dynamics, the tone, everything was there. And these were just in stock captures. So then I got really, really excited. So right away I knew that the ToneX was going to fit my bill to basically replace my amps in my main pedal board rig. Not only that, the potential that I can capture my own amps and have my own amps in that pedal on my pedal board just sold it for me. So this is kind of a double unboxing. I just got my ToneX. I'm out of town traveling. You've probably seen the video about that. but it literally came in just as I was getting ready to leave. So I took it with me and thought maybe I'll have some time to do this unboxing. And here we are. So not only did I get the ToneX pedal, but I also got the ToneX capture. The real appeal to me is the fact that I can capture my own amps and have them in this pedal, as well as load captures of other amps that I don't really have and don't intend to buy. I've got a decent enough collection of amps right now, but there are a few that I wouldn't mind having captured versions of. In particular, something like the 5150 or Soldano Hot Rod 50. I really like those amps. And they're a little more high gain than most of my amps are. So amps where I could maybe get away without using a pedal for my overdrive. So all that said, let's get to the unboxing. This video is going to pretty much be straight unboxing. I'm not going to demo the pedals in this right now. Like I say, I'm traveling. I do have a guitar with me, but I'm not really set up for playing right now. I may plug this in and just do a sort of initial reaction or an initial playthrough of some things at the end of this. We'll see how that goes, but this really will be an unboxing. Down the road, a few weeks or a month, once I get really comfortable with this, I'll probably do a video of it integrated into my pedal board. And also I'll probably do a video capturing one or two of my amps, my custom amps. For sure, I'd like to get some Jagsters in there, but also my vintage High Watt 50 and the Tri-Watt I built from Trinity Amps and the custom Plexi. So that will probably come down the road a ways, but for right now, here's the unboxing. So let's see what we've got in the box. I'll also say I'm really impressed how fast this came. I live in Canada, and this came from the States. And normally fast is usually 4 weeks. This literally, I ordered it and had it within 3 days. So kudos to IK Multimedia, however they're getting things here so fast. It was just awesome. You open it up and there she is. So card with QR codes for downloading the manuals and probably the included software. And we'll get the ToneX pedal out of here. Well, yeah, there's the ToneX pedal. It feels really solid. Really like the look of it. I like this sort of almost spiderweb pattern on it. You kind of can't see it until the light hits it right. And here's the most fun thing about new gear. And what else is in the box? A bag of some rubber feet to put on the bottom, USB cable, and the power adapter, of course, with all the different adapters you would need for various countries. Of course, being North American, this is the one I need. Put that on right now, and there we go. So like I say, I'm not really intending to demo this pedal right now, but let's fire it up and see what it looks like anyway. Lights for the first time. Oh, there you go. So, got it lit up. Changing patches. All the fun stuff that I'm sure is going to sound good when I get to trying this out. So again, because I've just opened this, I don't really know what's going on with it other than what I've seen in some of the videos I've watched. So I just thought I'd go over the controls, kind of the obvious things. So on the back here, we have our main input, our left or mono output, right output, headphone output, MIDI in and out, external control, and your USB in and out. This also functions as a interface. So another reason why I was really excited to get it. On the front of the unit, we have the model select, and hold for setup button. Again, don't really know anything about it yet because I haven't had hands on. We got a preset button here, back, and hold for save. Then we've got our controls, parameter, not exactly sure what I do with that, but I know if I hold it, it brings in the second option for all the other 5 controls. So the main controls are gain, we know what that's about, bass, mid, treble, and volume. And then if you hold the button for alternate, you see that alt goes green on the unit, and then you can adjust the reverb mix, compressor, threshold, noise gate, threshold, presence, depth, and then we have our switches, of course, to switch between the different presets. There are 50 banks of 3 presets, and you can bank up and down. You can bank down by pressing A and B at the same time. Goes to bank 2 in this case because I was on bank 3, or you can press B and C to bank up. And then once you get to the bank you want, you press one of the buttons and it takes you into those 3 presets. So very simple run through of the controls and the main panel and back panel on the ToneX. As I say, I haven't had any time to play with this yet. I've watched some videos, but still haven't memorized anything about how to use it. So that will be coming along. So that's the ToneX. Let's look at the ToneX Capture now. This thing is really heavy. Of course, it's a DI and reamp box all in one, so there's probably a really decent, really good sized transformer in there at the very least. So, there we go. Ooh. So there we go, the ToneX Capture. Take it out of the plastic. There you go, ToneX Capture, the front and the back. Inputs and outputs, attenuation controls, all the things you would expect on a decent reamp box. I know it's not just a reamp box, but its main purpose is obviously to capture your amps, but I will use it for reamping. So that's the box itself. Again, more QR codes for the software and manuals and whatnot. Another power adapter. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to power this up just to see what the lights look like. A green light. So what do you have on the front? We have line input, we have from amp, we have attenuation for both of those, so we can set our levels right going into the amp. We have line out, we have power out. On the back, we've got ground lift, 2 amp, 2 cabinet, and another ground lift. So ground lift on the line out, or a ground lift on the XLR out, and a ground lift on the 2 amp out. Not much to show you with this, the ToneX Capture, at least right now, until I get to capturing my own amps, which isn't going to be the first thing I do. The first thing I'm going to do is just get comfortable with the pedal, with everything loaded in their factory. So I'm going to play around with those before I capture my own stuff. And I'll do a demo of that, like I say, with it integrated into my pedal board. And then after that, I will do one that where I capture 1 or 2 of my amps. So that's my unboxing. Well, I couldn't resist, so I've been playing around with the ToneX pedal. Spent a little time getting familiar with it, and this thing is blowing me away. So I thought I would just do a little bit of playthrough, just a few of the tones, the stock tones that are in the pedal. Nothing I've adjusted or changed. This is just how it comes right out of the box. This is Bank 0, preset A. It's based on a Marshall JCM 800 high gain with a Marshall 1960 BV cabinet. No stomp or anything in front of it. Haven't been playing much lately, so rusty. Let's go to the 5150. This is Bank 1 preset A. It's a 5150 with a PV 5150 cabinet, no stomp in front. Bank 2 preset A, the SLO 100 with Marshall 1960 BV. I'm mostly playing the high gain models right now. I'll go through a couple of the clean ones later too. It seems like the way they've laid out the banks, default on here, and of course you can change it and do whatever you want. But it seems like every bank here, preset A is a high gain model. Preset B is a crunch or low gain to mid gain model. And then C is usually the clean model. So again, here's the SLO. Bank 3, preset A again. This is a diesel VH4 with an Engel E412 cabinet and an Ibanez TS9 in front. I like that one. It's very high gainy, probably more of a leadish tone. Oh, here, Giger, Bank 6, patch A, preset A. It's a Marshall TSL 100 with a Maxon OD808. I wouldn't use that for rhythm sound, maybe with the volume rolled back a bit. Yeah, that sounds good. I've heard people say about the presets built in that they sound a little bit thin, and of course you can adjust everything. I do find them a little bit thin myself on their own, but they would sit very well in a mix this way. They would cut through quite well. So that's some of the gain models, and as I say, this isn't really a demo. I'm just kind of going through a few of the patches just to get a rough idea how things work on here. I haven't even really messed with the controls. Yeah. So this is Bank 8 preset C of the defaults, and it's a Dr. Z Maz 18 with a Dr. Z Maz 18 cab, and it's a clean setting, and it just sounds killer, just awesome. Nice. Nice. Let's try a couple more of the cleans. Here's a Fender 57 Bandmaster. The Fender cleans The old 57s, the old Tweed amps. Oh, nice and clean. Okay, do one more and that'll be enough for this. Oh, crisp. Bogner Ecstasy 3534 with an orange PPC 412 cabinet. This is a clean setting. This was the one that I really liked the other day. Lot of bite and edge to it. Well, that's a quick run through of some of the presets. I'm really looking forward to getting time to playing with this, integrating it into my pedal board. Like I say, once I've done that, I'll do more of a real sort of demo of how I'm actually using it. So that'll come down the road a ways. Got a lot of other things going on right now. I'll also probably do one on how to set up and capture your own amps. So again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out my band One Soul Thrust. The link is below, like always. I really appreciate you guys being here and sticking with me, especially over the last few months. It's been kind of tough. But most of you are still here, and I've even got some new subscribers during that time. So really appreciate all of you. And until the next video, we'll see you.